Ubisoft really got to me. Really got to me. First of all, you get a point, which we'll talk about later, but I was... what a great way to start off the day, the conference, and Just Dance, coming out there and getting people pumped. I thought that was cool, which, by the way, Bethesda tried to do with Andrew WK. Did not work.
Nope.
But this worked really well because you have music, but you also have these the dancing and stuff, and it was really cool.
And see, that's the thing, is Andrew WK did not bring enough animals.
If he had brought animals,
there was a drastic shortage of animals on his stage. Just Dance never lacks for animals on stage.
They just had one, but it was enough. The one panda, and then you had the girls and the drummers and stuff, and it was exciting. So good on for them. And then they talked about Beyond Good and Evil, which I was like, this is on a great start. Showed some Beyond Good and Evil footage, not quite gameplay. It was the cinematic stuff. Talked about the game, and then brought in Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who his what is it? His press record is
Hit Record.
Hit Record. That's what it is.
Record show.
And he's been doing this in regards to like collaborating for different genres and different mediums.
It's really been amazing. He's retired from acting for the most part.
Yeah.
Just to create collaborations and find artists and kind of smash them together and see what happens. It's like the Wu-Tang version of creating new art. Is just find a bunch of really talented people, put them in a room, see what happens.
Yeah.
And so Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to have basically they're opening their doors to say, hey, look, if you want to create something in the Beyond Good and Evil universe, you want to find something that you're passionate about, that you want to bring to this universe, that you think fits, talk to that guy. And this is something his job has been for like 5 years, to curate and manage new types of media and new types of art. And so I am incredibly excited to see what he does with this initiative. Because
I'm excited because of the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
Challenge based. Because I when they were doing it, and you'll see this in my live stream reaction, I'm like, how are you doing this? Because the reason that I'm thinking about it is, how far back in development are you that you're now saying, I want to crowdsource all this stuff? I'm like, oh, the amount of time to put in all that, like, this game is going out past 2019 at that point. But then he basically said, and I've gone to the website as well, it's challenge based. So they're like, hey, we want a song that does this and this. Go. We need some artwork that does this, that fits this criteria. Go. Because that way, when they get it and they like it, they can put it in the game, and it's not hard to implement. That's what I was really worried about. Thankfully, don't have to worry about it. Happy. And then we got Trials, the new Trials Rising game, which he is my new favorite person. I can't remember the guy's name, but he called himself also Prime Minister of Finland, which he's not. I looked it up because I thought Finland is a country of 300,000 people, maybe. It's like, so I had to look it up because I'm like, you know what? It's a small enough country that there's a possibility that their prime minister also makes video games. Came in there with a motocross bike, and then did a prop fall against the podium. Hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah. And
it was. I also really enjoyed the montage of Trials fails. Like, there's just so many ways to just utterly just annihilate your character, and I laughed through that entire section.
And watching it, I was thinking, man, I hope this comes to Switch, and it's coming to Switch. So I'm happy about that, because Trials works really well on portable. It's very quick. It jumps right back in if you need to. So very happy about that.
And we also got a release date on that. That's coming out in February.
Correct. Again, more stuff in February. I may pick it up. Maybe the first Trials game that I actually purchased with money. Because the others have been coming free with Games with Gold and everything. Then we got Starlink, which is kind of Toys to Life, which we didn't think was going to happen still, but it's happening.
So what they were showing in the video was like you're holding your controller, and then like your Lego putting pieces onto your ship while you're sitting there holding the controller, and that to me really seems like a bad idea, because if you drop your control, I mean it's going to substantially increase the weight of the controller, and it's I don't know. I don't know how that's going to do, but they did include R-Wings from Star Fox, so I get a point because there's a new Star Fox game out.
I feel like giving you a half point for that because it's not a Star Fox game. Because it's not a Star Fox game, but Star Fox is in it. Because if it was Star Fox,
if I only play as Star Fox, that makes it a Star Fox game.
No, because you can't only play Star Fox in it.
You don't know that?
I know enough about it. They're saying this character is exclusive to the game, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. I might give you, I think, half point for that, but because it is Star Fox, but it is not a Star Fox game. Okay. So we'll call it that. I did love that Miyamoto was there because it was really endearing for me to see that he was there, and a very touching moment to me where they gifted him their version of the R-Wing. Prototype of the Toys to Life thing, and it was a very touching moment for the game director to say, it was respectful of the two of them because he was so happy to receive the gift, and then basically said, hey, we've got the guys backstage working they worked on the game, they'd love to talk to you, and then they went off and hung out, and I was like, this is so nice, like to see people like it's really nice when we see people in the industry who respect each other like that, because a lot of times we see people bad-mouthing each other, but when we see these different companies that you wouldn't expect to come together, I'm very happy.
Well, like before Microsoft and PlayStation conferences start, like Phil Spencer and Major Nelson will tweet at Shu and be like, hey, good luck in your conference, and he'll congratulate them on the Sea of Thieves launch, and he's like, good, seems like everybody's having fun, and like that's really good for me to see. I really enjoy watching that.
Positive competition is good stuff. Speaking of that, the Crew 2 is coming out, which they talked about Forza and Xbox, and I thought was going on, but Crew 2 is coming out June 29th. It's almost out, and it looks really good. It's not my cup of tea, but I like it. What is my?
I like chai. With honey.
Chai is good, but I like a more Grecian taste to my tea. Okay. Like ancient Grecian taste, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which it got leaked, which I love that they said early on we got more than a keychain to show you, because yes, we got to see the gameplay, we got to see the world that it's in. I heard some people saying, oh, it's just reskinned Origins. No, it's not. I mean, their combat systems is very similar. It's probably almost the same. Well, but you didn't. But that's okay.
It seems like from some of the screens, because I've seen some of the screens that like paused and zoomed in and analyzed, and it honestly seems like they're leaning further into the RPG elements that were already present in Origins.
Yes,
I am excited about that because that is my jam.
Mm-hmm. You play as a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. Which immediately I texted Cass about that, because the name of the female character is Cassandra. It was amazing. It got me excited, and the very, very subtle mic drop at the very end. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you caught it. If you watched my stream, you probably heard me talk about it, because I called it as it was happening. I said, "Is that a Minotaur?" And it is. So that means I think we're again getting deeper into mythology, and it's going to allow for some play with characters. I don't know, maybe we'll meet Hercules. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Could be fun.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.